Welcome to the second lesson in Mastering GPT for Developers. Getting started. In this lesson, we're going to look at how to create an OpenAI key. Then we're going to create our first request using Postman. Then we're going to see how to actually create a very simple app using Python and using Next.js. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is open the API OpenAI site and log in using your credentials. Once you've done that, you need to click on the top here and then view API keys. From here, you can create a new secret key and copy it and store it for your personal use. Don't share it and don't put it on any public location because this is your personal key and it's a private key. Next thing you're going to do is click on documentation or API reference because this is where you're going to be guided on how to actually do all the steps. The first thing is you need to add the bare OpenAPI key. So I'll do that in Postman first. So in Postman, I'll create a new request. Here, I'll make a post request. And within the authorization, I'll choose bearer token. And I should be copying bearer and then my OpenAI key and put it here. However, I've created it as a global variable to keep it and use it across the board. Next, I need to enter my request URL. And what I'm going to do is go to completions. And I'm going to first create a completion. So I'll switch here to curl, take the URL, add it here, and then go to the body and add it within the body here. So I'll go to row, JSON, and add my body and send the request. As soon as I've done that, it should respond back saying this is a test. Here we have it. This is indeed a test. So you'll see here, it has choices and then text underneath it. The next thing I need to do is write a chat completion. So again, I'll go to completions here and then chat, create chat completion. Again, choose curl. And first I'll change the URL to a chat completion. And I'll copy the parameters. Okay, and then I can send it through. Once the response is here, I'll see, hello there, how may I assist you today? Now it's important to understand what's the difference between a chat completion and a normal completion like DaVinci. For instance, chat completion uses the GPT 3.5 Turbo or GPT-4, so I could have changed this to say GPT-4 and send the same request as well. And the idea is that chats are conversational, and this is why the messages is an array of messages that you can respond to. So it can actually take multiple requests and within the role. And we're going to understand a little bit more about this later in future videos. Now that I've done that and I've tried it on Postman, the next step is to actually try the same thing on Python as well as in Node.js. So here I have my Python app. I just created a very basic app.py and I imported OpenAPI key from star. This is just a file here that I store the OpenAI key for myself. So it's not in the demo. So you'll see here os.environment OpenAPI key, and I added my key here. That's what really is in that OpenAI key.py. And then I just have this code. Where did I get from? Again, same place. I went back to here and I'll start with a normal completion, not a chat one. I'll choose Python and you see here they have the code for it directly written. So I can just copy and paste that code here. And you'll see it's the same code I have just with my imported at the start. So here again, I'm getting the os get environment, which is saved from os.environment, and then just openai.completions.create. Now it's important to remember, since this is an OpenAI library here, import OpenAI, you need to do pip install to OpenAI. And I've already pre-installed it, so I don't need to do that. And then what you need to do is run python app.py. And it should, if I tell it print at the end, print the message. So I should find print message somewhere here. Print completion.choices of 0.message. Here, so let me just copy this one. So because it has a print already. Okay, and then I just run the Python app.py. And you'll see that I responded with, hello there, how can I assist you today? Next one I'm going to do is actually create an npx file. So I'm going to create a Node.js environment. So I'll just do npx create. Okay. And within that npx create, I'm going to write my project name. So my lesson 1. Would I like to use TypeScript? Yes. Would I want ESLint? No. Do I want to use source directory? Yes. Do I want to use experimental app directory? No. And I just want to keep the import alias. And as this is creating, I've pre-created one for us here. So you'll see that this is kind of the default environment here. As soon as I create a new app, you'll see it has the source pages styles, and it has a public, and it has within pages your API. What we're going to do today is just change the API, the normal default hello that comes or ships with Next.js, to actually talk to OpenAI. So let's go cd my lesson 1. And again, once I'm in lesson 1, so let me just go to my lesson 1 here, the one we just created. I'll just run it for now. Again, this has nothing to do with OpenAI right now. This is just a pure npm Next.js app. So as soon as it runs, it's running on localhost 3000. So I'll just go back here and do localhost 3000. And once that loads, what I want to do is just try to send a request to API that's called hello here. So you'll see here, there's an API that says hello and returns John Doe. So let's just do that. So API/hello, and it should say John Doe. This is a static API, has nothing to do with Next.js. So the next thing I need to do is, to OpenAI. The next thing I need to do is npm install OpenAI. And once I do that, I now have the OpenAI library. I can use it here. Again, you can go back to the code here, API references, and switch this to Node.js to start using this code. However, I've already done that. So I'm going to take that code from lesson 1 here, API, and I'll just walk you through it. So the only thing I did was I changed a couple of things. So you'll see here, let me just copy it. The first thing I did here was added the require OpenAI API and configurations. Then I set the configurations to read from process.env.openAI key. And then I initialized the OpenAI configuration, added a completion, just logged it in the console, and then just returned it as JSON name completion data message. Again, this is the same code exactly that's written here. So if I were to copy this just to show you, I did nothing special here. It's the same constant that I have at the top, and then same configuration key, and then I just added within my handler my OpenAI API and my console.log, and then I just returned it, which looks great, perfect, but this is not going to work. Why? Because I don't have an environment variable called OpenAI key. So what I'm going to do is I've already added .env.local here. I'll just copy that into my lesson 1, move it, and now I have an environment variable. So let's run this again. Again, this is hello world. So the content is hello world. We'll see that in action in just a minute. So let me just refresh this hello. And now it's going to go and use OpenAI, and it returned hello, how can I assist you today? And just to prove that this is not static, so we can say something like, tell me what's 2 plus 2. Okay, and let's refresh again. And there we have it. As an AI language model, I can tell you that the answer to the math problem 2 plus 2 is 4. So you've seen now how we create different apps through Python, through Postman, and through Next.js. So as we move forward, we're going to create simple apps, and then we're going to go into more advanced apps, just to guide you one step at a time into how to really leverage the power of OpenAI. Thanks for watching.